Truth to be told, I feel most of us don't feel content with our lives. And I think social media just makes it worse, no? Because every time you look at your phone, somebody is winning at life and somebody's having fun and you are not, and you are sitting in your room just scrolling. If you just feel that you don't have enough in this, you just don't feel content with your life, watch this video and you will feel content by the time the video ends. I promise you that. There's actually a quote which is, comparison is the thief of joy. And that is so true, right? Because where does it end? You know, there will always be somebody more anything, more beautiful, more rich, more successful. There will always be somebody above you. So how much will you compare? For instance, last night I was hanging out with someone who's making my dream income for the month. Either I could feel bad about it, but I was actually so happy about it. Maybe 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I would have felt bad about it because I was a different person back then. But now it's just that, yeah, there are people below you, there are people above you, and that's just life. Please try to stop comparing yourself to others and actually do this by two things. The first is writing a gratitude journal. I've been writing a gratitude journal since May 2017, so it's been like 6.5 years. Every morning I write 10 things that I'm grateful for, and 70-80% of these 10 things are similar. The point is not to write 10 different things every day. The point is to just consciously take our time to be grateful. I write about small things like I'm grateful to sleep well and wake up to another day. I think we all take life for granted. It's like it's granted you will sleep and wake up. I know it's getting a bit dark, but it's not. There are people who sleep and don't wake up. There are people out there who have terminal illnesses. There are people who are just having a really bad time with life and their health. And just the fact that we're getting to sleep and we wake up to a new day, it is actually a gift. So maybe try this. If 10 things feel too much, then maybe start with 3. But this is what helps me stay grounded. That sometimes not being content is actually good. For instance, I wasn't content in my previous job and I wrote down the things that I'm not like why am I feeling unhappy, which was low pay, work that didn't excite me, office politics, and then I worked to bridge the gap between what my dream is and what my reality is. So sometimes I feel dissatisfaction is a good trigger because it leads you to look inwards and you can find answers of why are you unhappy and work on it. But there's a fine line between being dissatisfied and just completely not being content. Write down things that are not making you feel content and see if you can work towards it to make it better. The third point, which is something that I've learned in the last few years, is that enough is actually a state of mind. When I started side hustling and I started earning like a bit more than my corporate salary, I thought, oh my god, I have made it, that's enough. But then when I started making much more money, I felt that, oh, I have to reach this mark, and nothing below that is good enough. And then I realized that I'm just doing it all wrong, no? Like, I took such a massive step with my career, and then if I'm dissatisfied, then I might as well be in my corporate job. So, enough is actually a state of mind because there are people who are so happy that their money, even if it's little, is enough for them. Their circumstances, how they travel is enough for them. And then there are some people who will just always be dissatisfied no matter what. So work on your enough and know that it's a state of mind more than a tangible number or an outcome. The fourth point, which is what I was telling you earlier, that helps me stay content, is that know that there are millions and millions of people under you. The fact that you can watch this video is that my assumptions would be that yes, you are literate, you have an internet connection, you have a device that you can watch this video with, and millions of people don't have that. That's something to think about, right? There are people who don't even get meals in a day, and here we are cribbing about this person is going there for a holiday and I'm not, and this person got a promotion and I didn't. Like, come on, there are so many bigger things in life, you know, when you zoom out and shape your perspective, that there's so much more than these small things. And the fifth point is Memento Mori. It is one of the concepts in Stoicism, which is be aware that you will not be there one day. And do you want to waste your life feeling unhappy and not in content, or do you want to work towards it? So there's this troll that I have, and I actually opened his Twitter, I actually opened his YouTube channel. It's like this 35-year-old man who failed at his corporate job, who failed at side hustling, who failed at freelancing. And now he's like in some other job and telling everyone that how nobody should side hustle, and people like me and other online people just lie to you because they sell stuff, which is very rare. And when I get a troll, I actually block them. But when I look at somebody like him, I actually feel pity, and I honestly also feel grateful that, see, there are these kind of people who live in so much of envy that they want to spread it and they want to pull others down. Whereas, like 99% of people in my audience would just be so good and kind, not just to me, but also to each other. Again, Memento Mori, you will die one day. Is that how you want to live your life? Pulling down others, seeing wild things, trying to prove points, getting in ego games. So there are these kind of people as well. So you will not be here one day. Most people won't even remember you. And there are better ways to live than living unhappily. So I hope this video helped you. I hope these 5 points can be used in your life and help you be more content. And yeah, thank you for watching.